Hey guys, today, or tonight I'm actually just gonna start work on 6 different computers. I'm sorry, 5, because the one on top, you can't see them, but the one on top I'm not selling. The other 5 I am, for Facebook Marketplace. A majority of them are Dell OptiPlex's. One is a ThinkCentre, which is, I had them, so I'm gonna start working on the little one, the ultra small form factor one. I'm gonna begin working on that because that one's gonna be the system I keep for immediate consumption. And it's here it looks like a Dell OptiPlex 9020 with a i5 4th gen, and I'm actually going to upgrade it with a CPU, an i7 4770, and another 4 gigs of DDR3. Because right now it only has 4 gigs, so I'm putting another 4 gig stick in there to get up to 8. So and I know all these systems worked. They worked. This one's the only one that's going to have Windows installed. The rest of them are going to not, because I don't have hard drives for those machines. And so those machines are just going to go on Marketplace without hard drives. So, because I just don't have enough hard drives to put on all those machines. Or I'm sorry, SSDs. I have hard drives, but it's going to be just, it won't be fast, and people don't want hard drives in there. So the hard drives are not going to be in there. So, but anyways, we're going to plug this machine in, this 9020 ultra small form factor, for testing. I'm sure it still works, but I want to make sure. Of course, I do. There it is. I want to make sure it still works before I do any saying thing, or before I do any upgrades. There's no Windows on the hard drive at the moment, and I plan on installing it after I do the upgrade, so the Windows won't get all confused when I upgrade it after the fact. I mean, it won't get confused. Might as well just do it like this anyway. Currently there is an SSD installed. It's a 512 gig SSD. So that's good. We want to get to the BIOS. Yep, 9020. We're going to check some stuff. So at the moment it has 4 gigs of RAM on a single channel mode, and an i5 4690S, which is a full core, I think a 4 core and 4 thread chip. It's S, so it's small. I think it's better. It's for these tiny systems, so they won't get everything on there. But date time is wrong. I'll fix that later. Check it here. We're gonna turn rate off. I don't want to deal with that. Drives. So this does have MSATA, which I don't plan on using at the moment. I mean, I could, but I don't want to find my M.2 or MSATA drive. So I'm not going to worry about that. But we're going to check for TPM, which is disabled. We're going to enable that. And Computrace is deactivated. So we're good. So there's no Computrace or anything on it. We're going to check for all of this, multi-core, all of this stuff, performance section. Oh, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to turn this on because I do plan on using stuff like this for it. Virtual machines and stuff. So we're going to leave that alone. It's already been enabled, but so we know it works. Now we're going to turn it off. Okay, it's turned off. Unplug it, like always. We're going to let it disable. We're going to unplug it all. Get these out of the way real fast. They're going to fall in there, I'm pretty sure. Now I'm going to begin disassembling this machine. First, we're going to take out these two screws for the to get off the fan, get the fan out of the way. So it's easier for me to take off the cooler for upgrading. I'm gonna unplug this from here. Move the front panel out of the way. think I know. I'm sure some of y'all know the guy, Jordan Yu on YouTube. He likes these Dells, not these specific Dells, but older ones. I think he likes a lot of these. The older Dells. He likes older Dells, which so do I. They're actually really reliable. These OptiPlex's and Inspirons. The Inspirons are they're okay, but the older Dells from like 2009 to 2014 are pretty decent in terms of business class machines. We're not going to talk about the XPS's and their Inspirons of the time. They're okay, I guess. They did the job, but they weren't the best for what they had. But, can't complain because I used to actually, my first computer was a Dell Inspiron from 2008, and I used that machine for a long time. Like 8 years I used that machine. It worked. It even had Windows 11 or Windows 10 on it, not Windows 11. Windows 10 on it ran. It's okay. It ran fine. Had a Core i5 or a Core 2 Duo, which was, I don't know. It did the job for me. So, but eventually that machine just got so old it was not working. It did not work anymore. So I had to upgrade, and I eventually started getting Lenovo ThinkPads, which I do have one now, a T14S Gen 1. I bought it off eBay for $115 because the screen was bad. So what I did was bought another one with a good screen and replaced it, and made two machines out of one. I made one machine out of two of them, and it works great. Anyways, so we just put the i7-4770 in there, and I'm about to put the other stick of RAM for a total of 8 gigs of RAM in here. This is a little bit newer stuff anyway than what I normally mess with. The last other 3 videos were my old vintage stuff, which I still have, and I plan on keeping. But I had to purge a lot of the stuff out of here. A lot of it disappeared since then, so that's why I haven't been making videos lately, because there's nothing to make videos on. So I decided to start using. I had all these Dell OptiPlex's running around. I just accumulated them from a certain recycler that I know. He lets me get this older Dell stuff for free because he just scraps it. Surprisingly, he don't let me pay for it. But since you don't make me pay for it, I've accumulated all these older Dells over time. I think the T14S I didn't get from him. I got off eBay. But I like these older Dell OptiPlex's and stuff. They aren't great. They're really reliable. I actually used one of these other, what's it, 4, for a little while, and it worked fine the whole time. It didn't have any problems. It did everything I needed it to. But I have since planned on getting rid of all of them because I don't need like 5 OptiPlex's and the other desktops. I don't need all that, so my plan is to get rid of them, put them on Facebook Marketplace for a really cheap price, and see what happens to them. Hopefully they sell fast, and I'll use that money for other things. The plan is to save some of that money and actually put it towards my main system, which is beside me. It is a X99 system with an i7-5930K, a GTX Titan XP, 64 gigs of RAM in quad channel mode, and over 3 terabytes of hard drive storage, and a 250 gig SSD M.2 for the boot drive. I'm planning on upgrading that system because it's got Windows 10, and Windows 10 is no longer supported, and I do some personal stuff on that machine, and I want to update it. I want it, Windows 11. So I've been looking on that line, and my new plan is to buy an X299 system. And I have heard a lot of mixed things with those systems because when they came out, they were rushed. They were rushed by Intel. Intel rushed it, and it just wasn't that good. It didn't come out at the right time. It was a good product. It just didn't come out at the right time. The wrong time for it to come out with. But I don't care because what I'm gonna do with it is use it and I like it. I like how the systems. Okay, it's not gonna stay on. I like how the CPU I'm getting. Oh, I'm sorry, specs. You get to that eventually. The specs of the new system are going to be. Let's just not going down. Let's see what's going on here. The specs of the new system are going to be an i9 7940X 14 core CPU. I know a lot of cores, man. 14 core CPU. Same round RAM. Eventually, I'll probably upgrade to 128 if I need to, but I don't see a need for that right now. So I'm gonna leave it at 64. Keep the GPU. It still works fine for what I'm doing with it. Keep that. I'm sure everything's put back. Oh, 2 little screws. And that's it. And most of what I'm gonna do with that system is video edit. Like these videos here, I'm gonna edit on that machine. It works fine now, but it's just old and Windows 11 is not supported on that machine. I want a legit version. I want it to be legitimately supported. I don't want to use CPM2 and all that. I don't want to get rid of all that through Rufus because I do some personal stuff on there and I don't want it to get messed with. It's kind of a weird way of saying it, but that's just me. Oh, that's great. That is now forever down there. I gotta take it out. Oh, come on. Where's it even at? Oh, God. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Try and get it out. Okay, got it. But anyways, this machine was there. It was buried in the box where the rest of these. It was not in the normal box where these normally were in. It was in a monitor box, which I thought was weird. Like, how did I get in there? I mean, it is a small form factor, ultra small form factor. So I get probably it was attached to the back of the monitor that it came with, and it was not. But I didn't find the mount for it, so I don't know where it was. But it was just in there. I was like, "Hey man, what's this doing in there?" He's like, "Oh no, let's take it home with you." So I did, and it worked fine. I thought it was an 8th gen or something, like an old 3rd gen or something. Or else I wouldn't have gotten it. But I saw a 4th gen sticker. I was like, "Oh, I might as well take it home." I need to start. I don't have a 4th gen OptiPlex. Well, yeah, I do. I have a 7020 here somewhere. That one way down there. You can't see it though. There's a 7020 way down there. And it works amazingly. Or when I used it, it did. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this thing ready to go for Windows 10. On here, it's the plan. I'm gonna keep Windows 10 on this one. It works for Windows 10. The i7 that's in it right now is actually pretty decent. So I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. Everything you see in front of you, this monitor, all this came from that recycler. He gave it to me for free because he knew I was doing this stuff with it. Here you can have all this stuff. And that's how I got a hold of it. So now I'm gonna wait for it to turn on completely. Maybe I think it's ready to go. Nope, one more time. Okay, now we can go ahead and do F12. F12. To get to the BIOS or the one-time boot menu. I'm gonna actually go into BIOS. I need to go into BIOS first. Make sure the way it's, say it as proper and not I don't want RAID. Apply, exit. I want to actually see if there's anything on the hard drive because I'm curious if it has like Windows or something. I'm not gonna go into OS though. I don't want to show some data. I don't want to do that. So blinky. I'll get something on the hard drive. This came out of this. I think this SSD came out of a what was it? An all-in-one Inspiron. That was bad. And it had bad motherboard in it. So I just took out the hard drive and stuff. The RAM was a really crappy RAM, so I left it. But yeah, this SSD was 512. I was like, yeah, I'm taking that. So it's what's in here now. It's gonna live in this computer now. But now we're going to go to here for the Windows installation. Come on, chair. I'm hoping it works. Oh yeah, you never seen me before. This is my first video of you seeing me full body. So this is me. That's who I am. This is who I am. Oh, by the way, my name is Philip. So yeah. And I like messing with these computers, man. As you guys know. Wait. Eventually, I don't know what it's doing, but it normally would be in the window. I'm gonna check to see if it's still recording. Yes. There we go. Finally made it. Now, we're going to go ahead and install Windows 10 Professional. I need to figure out a way to how to get wireless Wi-Fi on here because this does not have a wireless LAN card. It has a wired only Ethernet jack, which is annoying, but it just does. And now we're gonna go ahead and install Windows 10 here. I'm sure some of y'all say, hey, make a gaming computer out of one of these OptiPlexes. Don't worry, I've tried. They didn't work out very well. I did it with the 7020, which was the 4th gen system I have, the newest one. The i7. I had like 3 or 4 of those i7 4770s. I think I still have other ones. I have a CPU drawer here, just full of CPUs. Just full of CPUs. AMD, Intel, you can name it. Laptop chips down there. I have a lot of these Athlon 64 X2s. And a few just regular Athlons. A Phenom, I have a couple of them now. i7 3rd gen 3770. A Xeon E3 1270, which is old and kind of old. Core 2 Duos, I have a bunch of those. Not worried about those Core 2s. Oh, I have a couple i5, I have a couple 8th gen stuff too. Like an i5 8500T from a mini ThinkCentre or bank station. AMD A4 3400, that's my newest one I got. Core i5 2nd gen 2320. I have an i5 6400T. I also have, this is the chip below this one. i5 4690S and i5 4570S. So wait a minute, this one's a little bit different. But those are the S strips. I don't know what those are about. An i7 7700. Another i7 7700. Pentium 4, very old Pentium 4. Another one. Another P4. A Pentium, just a Pentium. Nothing fancy. A Pentium dual core. I like this, I have a bunch of them. Another i3 4160. I don't even know why I have that. I don't really typically get i3s. A dual core, another Pentium dual core. Some Pentium 4 maybe on the mobile. Core 2 Duo. Another Core 2 Duo. Right there. Another Pentium 4. This is the later Pentium 4. This one is another Pentium dual core. And another Pentium Core 2 Duo. And the rest of those are just older laptop chips. Here's an i7 3rd gen from my first decent Windows machine, which I bought. It looks to be another one. Probably not. It's probably the i5 from it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the i7. I don't remember how they work. But the rest of these are old Pentium 4s and Pentium 3s. Speaking of older stuff like that, I'm going to remove all of this off the disk. I don't know what I'm going to do with i7 and stuff. 7th gen systems and an 8th gen i5. I don't see why I'm going to do that. Maybe I can sell it. Yeah, a couple i5s. I think it's time for another drawer because this thing's full now. Like a great ungodly full. Look at that. It's a mountainist. Hold on, go to what I also have. Old CPUs. There's not very many of them, but I have some. Oh, look, some of these newer ones are in here too. With Pentium 4. I have one chip, but I don't know where it's at. It's a 486. It's old school. There's an old Athlon. Like an old Athlon. One of the newer Athlons. Then I have a couple of AMD K62s. Yeah, those are K62s. I have a Pentium 120. No, Pentium 100, I'm sorry. A couple laptop chips. That was a AMD chip. AMD A4 5100M. That might be a Celeron from my laptop. I don't think I kept those though. And then here's a Celeron. The old Celeron. And then let's look at another AMD chip. Another AMD chip. Yeah. So I also have a little bit of the older stuff. I like the old and new. And you've seen the other vintage systems. Yes. A lot of these chips have come from those machines when I scrap them because they're bad or they're dead or whatever happens to them. I keep the CPUs out of them because those are actually worth some more money because they actually have gold in them, I've heard. I'm not going to scrap them because, you know, I keep them because if a chip goes bad in another system, I have extras. So I throw it in there. And up here, if I remember right, there's a, right over here maybe, I've seen it. There's an old Pentium 3. I don't know where it is. It used to be over here. It was. Maybe that might go up. There's a Pentium 3 from my first Windows 98 system I built. It was a good machine. Hold on, here it is right here. I bought this chip. It's Pentium 3 667 megahertz chip. This one I paid like $2 for. But I'm keeping that chip because eventually I'm going to buy a book. What happened was the Pentium 3 board, the Pentium 3 Windows 98 system I built, that one with that chip in there, the board had died. I tried to update the BIOS and it didn't go through. And there was no way of getting it back because old motherboards don't have that feature. And pretty much that means it was screwed, so I threw the board away and I kept all the CPU, the RAM, all the good stuff out of it. But yeah, anyways, this thing's ready to go. Now we can go ahead and start setting up Windows 10, which I'm sure y'all don't want to see, but I'm trying to waste time now. So we're going to internet. I'll worry about internet later. Password. Yes. I know how to do this. I have to. There. Accept. I don't care about any of that. So once this finishes up, we're going to go ahead and continue with the rest of the systems. Windows 10 is not going on those ones though. So that's my ideas. We just wait for several minutes. Thanks, Windows 10. And guys, as you guys know, Windows 10 is no longer supported by Microsoft. But it is for another year. So I'm going to do that extended support mess. Because this system is too old for Windows 11. It can run it, but I don't want to run it. I don't feel like putting it on there at the moment. I also have a lot of laptop memory. I do have a lot of that. And guys, guess what? The scrapper guy. The guy I knew, the scrapper. This is what I got. I got this from him. Now this is new. And normally he doesn't give me stuff this new. I'm sure y'all definitely know what it is. Even though it tells you on the back. It's XPS. It's the first gen, or the first generation of the redesign. And guess what? Of course it doesn't work. But it's nice inside. It is clean. I'm planning on hopefully if I ever fix this machine, which hopefully I do. If I do, this will be my mobile editing machine. Because it has an i7 10th gen. I think it's a 10750H. I think. I have RAM for it. 32 gigs of DDR4 for it. And it's also got a GTX 1080 Ti, a 1650 Ti. But it doesn't work. It's not a bad board. It doesn't turn on. It doesn't anything. Which is a bum. But it's just how it is. So, yay! Windows 10 support are installed. What do you know? I'm so happy for that. Anyways, that's it. That one's finished. So we're going to check to see if the CPU and all that good stuff is checked or proper. Let's see, task. Make sure everything's proper. It's an i7 4770s, 4-core 8 thread. 8 gigs of DDR3, good. SPCC solid state disk, 500 total gigs. Good. Now we can shut it down. And what about the other machines? This one's finished, and I'm going to set this one aside because my new main machine. If I remember right, this machine was. Oh, I didn't tell y'all. This machine. There they go. The guy the bin that this was in was outside in the pouring rain because it's raining over here because of that little hurricane that's shown up. Or it's not really a hurricane, but it's just rain, really wind and rain pretty much. But anyway, what I was saying was it was in the dumpster. I thought for sure the board was bad because CMOS battery could be still good. When rain hits the CMOS, it kills the board. There's still a little teeny bit of electricity running through it, so normally kills them. That's what happened with that ThinkStation, mini ThinkStation I had. I thought it was good, but I looked on the board, it was rusty and bad, and I was like, that's fun. I find out the CMOS was the reason why. So I was really worried about that little test op. But no, it works. So I'm keeping it, that one specifically. But it's tiny. This, guys, is a OptiPlex 7010, 3rd Gen i7, Windows 7 sticker for, because it's older. They all work. I have tried them all. These ones I've had for a while. They used to be, some of these were used on my machine. So then I had extras for other people, like my family members would need one. I used to have a lot of these newer OptiPlexes with 6th and 7th gen CPUs and some 8th and 9th gen CPUs. But anyways, what I'm saying was, what was I saying? I used to have that stuff. I sold all of it because the scrapper gave me those too. But he had those machines, and I think I paid like $5 for those 3 or 4 machines because they're newer. But they all work great. I gave them all. I sold them, some of them. I gave one to my family member because he needed one. But I don't have any newer ones at the moment. I wish I did. But I haven't gotten any. So most of the ones I've been getting right now are these older ones, the silver front plate and stuff. But anyways, this is the Dell OptiPlex 7010. Gigs of DDR3. This one has the most amount. The rest of them have like 8, and some have 12. One has 12. This has the i7 3rd gen, which I have one of these little CPUs. 4-core 8 thread, all the good stuff. Yeah, gotcha. check for, what was it, security. We're going to go down to security. We're going to check for TPM. Enables that because I just do. Computrace deactivated. Good. Things good on here. If that one's working. I'm sure y'all want to look inside for a second. I'm definitely sure you've never seen or have seen the insides of OptiPlex's. But that's what it looks like in there. Some of these have these different types of fans. But they all look the same pretty much, so that's the only thing you're probably gonna see. I do know the 4th gen system has a little bit of a different type of fan. Because 4th gen is just that way. But yep, that one functions. So I'm gonna go right here beside these ones. This one is a OptiPlex 9010. It's a little bit better. i7 3rd gen. I believe one of these is a 2nd generation. And that one I think has this 12 gigs of RAM. Take a look. But one of these is 2nd gen i5. But this won't take long to test all these machines in front of y'all. Good sign. Okay, we gotta let Ford boot up. Oh no. Okay, it's turning on. I believe it is. Yeah. Good, it turned on 9010. This is the OptiPlex 9010. Yep. 8 gigs of RAM because it has 4 gigs installed. i7 3770, the exact same CPU as the other machine. So we're going to check for TPM, which has already been enabled, and the Computrace is disabled. So the machine is good to go for resale. I just wish I had SSDs for these machines. They would have probably sold, if I would sell a whole lot faster if I had an installation of Windows on them or something. But I don't know now. So this one is 790. This one's the older one with the i5 2nd gen and 12 gigs of RAM, I believe, right? Right. But this was actually the first OptiPlex I got from the guy. This was the first one he gave me. And every time I decided, hey, can I get some more of those? He's like, yeah, sure. I don't use them. I don't really care about them. Just like get 1 or 2 of them. I wouldn't get the whole stack because he would like to scrap some of them. I'll get like 1 or 2 out of his stack. And he'd let me take home to screw around with. So this is the older one because that's the older style blue Dell light, and yeah. Wait for it to turn on. This one also shows the. This one also has the diagnostic numbers. The newer ones do not. That's a good sign. I missed the date, but yep, 790. This one has 12 gigs of RAM. And if I go down to CPU, it's an i5 2400 4-core CPU. And now we're going to go down to security. Enable TPM. Gonna check for Computrace. Why is the mouse jumping around like that? No Computrace. The system is set to go. Now, a little bit of a different system now. This is the newest one I have in the stack. Lenovo ThinkCentre, what was it? From the back. M700, okay. It's M700. For the 6th gen i5, I think it was 4 gigs of RAM. I don't believe, I also actually want to upgrade it because 4 gigs and this is a little bit it's not a good idea, so I'm actually going to upgrade it right now. But I know it cuts on. I'm going to put the RAM in there now. I'm sure I have some for it. Somewhere around here. If not, then I won't worry about it. But, DDR3? Probably. 6th gen. I think these had DDR3 RAM. This one actually has the cool sliding out top. Push that out. And it's supposed to pop off. How do I do this? I can't remember how I did it. First, let's take off this. I'm about to take off the top. There we go. That PC4. Okay, I'm good then. Because I actually think I have 2 sticks of PC4 in this bucket. I think I see them right now. Here's 2 right here. Perfect. Perfect. We have the exact same amount around. Same speed and everything, so good to know. This is gonna have 8 gigs of DDR4. So this one uses DDR4. I was going off the Dell OptiPlex's. The ones with the 6th gen i5s and i7s and the OptiPlex's use DDR3. Don't ask me why, but they do. And this one uses DDR4. So decent. So I do know of. Oh, where's that? This is totally off topic, but I have one of these older Dell Attitudes. This actually came from my local school. They threw it away, and I found it. The scrapper guy had it, and he got a bunch of them from the school building, and he let me take like 2 or 3 home, and I kept this one. I don't know why it's in bad shape, but I kept this one, and it works fine. What do I do with it? Oh, crap. And I know that these have DDR4 laptop memory, and I thought it was odd because 6th gen on those, but there's also 6th gen desktop CPUs on the OptiPlex's, and they use DDR3 RAM. I think it's so weird, but I don't know. Dell did that. That's what they do. Weirdness. Anyways, I'm going to go put this one together. This will be a long video, ain't gonna lie. Gotta plug everything in. I'm sure if the phone's still recording. I believe it is. Probably not. But, so this one has the Wi-Fi card installed on it. I was trying to figure out which one it was. So this one has the Wi-Fi installed, but it won't work in that little tiny OptiPlex. There's no PCI or no PCI slots on it, and there's no way of putting it on there because there's no way of putting like a GPU or something in them. They're too small. Make sure it turns on and works. Remember F1 is the BIOS key on these machines. Good, now it's booting up. Okay, so let's check to see how much RAMs we have. We're gonna go to system summary. So this is the i5 6500, which is, I have a 6500T, but it says 6500, and 8 gigs of RAM. So good. And we're gonna check for TPM or anything like stupid like Computrace. Disable secure boot, which is fine. Where is this one? Discrete GPM. Disable security. Or disable that chip. I'm gonna leave it at discrete, I guess. Maybe we can put it at firmware. I don't know. But yeah, this one functions. Yeah, that's smart. But yep, that one works. Now we come to the last machine. Let's put this one up. I'm thinking about, guys, I'm making a video on upgrading my main system I'm sure no one will tell me, yeah, do that, but if they do, then I will. I will. Man, I don't know if anyone knows this guy on YouTube. His name's the Magic Dumpster, and he lives up north, I think. But he goes through the dumpster as well. Like he goes to like a dumpster, like a shipping container type dumpster. But in those trailers, on those dumpsters, he goes through electronics, and they let him go through them. I have my local county dump doesn't let me, but they have an electronics trailer as well. But of course, there's nothing as good as what I found at the scrap guy. But anyways, let's go ahead and get off topic. So this is the Dell OptiPlex 7020. Stickers are removed because they look terrible. So take them off. But anyways, they don't let us go through the dumpster. Well, the county doesn't, which I think is so stupid. It's trash anyway. What's the deal? Oh my god! Oh, that's what it is. But there's like good stuff in there. I was able to get some stuff out of there without the guy realizing. But I did. I can't believe I found this one day, but I found it. A 65-inch LG. It's an older LG. Nothing fancy. 65-inch LG 3D TV. 3D, yeah. Kind of gimmicky, but it was there and I grabbed it. I didn't care. Right at home, I thought it was gotta be something wrong with this thing. There wasn't a crack on the screen. I looked like 450 times. Wasn't a crack. Plugged it in, it worked perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. Well, I came to find out, looking in the back, the HDMI ports are busted out of the back of it. There's 3 HDMI ports, and they're all gone. Like, how does that happen? But it did. But luckily, it's a smart TV, so it has YouTube and everything I need already on the TV. So it doesn't bother me. But I thought it was so weird. Like, what the heck, man? But yeah. This is the last machine we're looking at. It's a OptiPlex 7020. 8 gig of DDR3. An i7-4770, another one. I don't know. It's just crazy how many machines I find. Security. TPM is enabled. Computrace is deactivated. Good. So that's the last and final machine for this video. So that's it, guys. There'll be some more videos coming out soon. Don't mark my word for it. Don't take my word for it. I could change my mind, or something could show up. But if nothing happens, there will be some more videos soon. I have a Lenovo ThinkCentre P520 to look at, and a Dell OptiPlex all-in-one to look at in the next couple of videos. But anyways, that's all for today or tonight. See you guys later. Goodbye.